y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taryn and you are watching Sew in the City on YouTube. First, I want to thank you so much for being here. I really enjoy making videos for you all and I hope you really like them. So as you can tell by the title of this video, today we're going to be doing another seed haul. I did a seed haul a few weeks ago, but I recently got more seeds mailed to my house. So I want to just do a quick overview, well not really a quick one because I want to be detailed about what seeds I got, what varieties I got, and why I got them. So let's get started. So in my previous video, all of my seeds were from a company called True Leaf Market. But after I ordered those seeds, I decided to look elsewhere to buy some seeds because I just like to have a variety when it comes to where I purchase my seeds. So I decided to order my other seeds from Johnny's Selected Seeds, and I also ordered some seeds from different small seed sellers on Etsy. So I went to those two places particularly for this seed haul. So the first seeds that I'm going to open are, I got some, I think these are tomato seeds. I got some cherry purple tomato seeds, as well as some large barred board tomato seeds. I know I pronounced that wrong, but I'm gonna go ahead and put pictures of the actual variety on the screen so that you can see what I'm talking about as I speak about them in this video. So all of the tomato seeds that I purchased from this year, I wanted to make sure that there are specific things that I would address when it came to which tomato variety I purchased, if that makes sense. So for example, I really wanted to focus on a few things, starting with disease resistance, starting with pest resistance, heat resistance, because it gets very hot in the summertime here, and also production. I wanted to make sure that, you know, the tomatoes that I grow, like that particular variety, can produce a good amount of tomatoes for one plant, if that makes sense. So those were really the main things that I wanted to focus on, the main criteria that I wanted to focus on with my tomatoes. And so the Cherokee purple tomato, first of all, it is just a really beautiful beef steak type tomato, very big, and I really like that. I wanted to grow more of those this year because I love, you know, eating them, and I love slicing them open and eating them and putting them on tomato sandwiches. So I really wanted to grow, you know, beefsteak tomatoes. But now I've never grown any of these varieties before, but from reading online, they're supposed to be high production, disease resistance, and heat tolerant. They have a high heat tolerance to heat. So that's why I wanted to grow these in particular. Like I said, this will be my first time growing them, but I'm excited, and I'm excited to see what happens when I do plant them. And of course, I ordered these off of Etsy from a small seed seller, and the company is called Thomas's Natural Roots. Okay, now I'm opening another package, which I believe is from one of my Etsy seeds that I got from a local, not a local seed seller, from a small seed seller on Etsy. Okay, so I got these from, so this company that I purchased seeds from on Etsy is called Jera's Garden. I think that's how it's pronounced, Jera's Garden. And they gave me a little coupon for when I want to go get seeds again, so that's really cute. But the seeds I got from them are called the Triple L Crop Tomato. Okay, so I heard about this variety when I was looking at a video from Jess from Roots and Refuge on YouTube, and she was just going through her favorite tomato varieties, and she was, at the time, she was in the same zone as me, which was 7B. So I was like, if she could grow these tomatoes, then I could probably grow them in my area. So one of them that she mentioned was the Triple L Crop tomatoes, and she said they had really great production and they were disease resistant. That's really important to me. Like I mentioned, like disease resistance can really, well, diseases amongst tomato plants can really just damage your plant and really mess up your production. So I was like, I really need to focus on disease resistance, and so I got these tomato seeds. And when I look at the amount of seeds that are in here, I think it's like maybe 20. Okay, so there's about 19 seeds in here. I will say that when you're ordering seeds from Etsy, like places like Etsy, excuse me, you're not going to get as many seeds as like if you order them from, you know, a larger company like maybe Barry Morris or something, or Burpee, or any other big company. But I still like to support small companies, and I like Etsy. So we're gonna see how they work. Hopefully they do work, or hopefully they germinate well. I'll say that. Okay, y'all, so the next package of seeds that I'm going to open up is from another small seller on Etsy, and this company is called Jones's Prairie Farm in Kansas. They're based out of Kansas. So the seeds that I got from this company, they're called Alice's Dream Tomato, and I really only got these tomato seeds because the tomatoes just look really pretty. And whenever I think of my garden, I always think of a quote that Jess says from Roots and Refuge. She always says, grow something lovely, right? And sometimes I just want to look at something that's really pretty in my garden, even though it may not have a lot of great qualities as far as, you know, surviving the humidity and the heat of the summer. But this tomato variety is gorgeous. It's like a dark purple, orange, reddish kind of looking, and it's just so pretty. So I really want to grow it. However, I will say that people that grow this say that it has a very sweet flavor. It's really sweet and earthy, and also they say that it has a high production rate. So I'm excited about that. I mean, yeah. So I'm really growing it because it's beautiful and it's supposed to produce a lot of tomatoes for me. Okay, y'all, so the next seeds that I'm going to open up is from another small seller on Etsy, and the company is called JT's Homestead, and they're based out of North Carolina. So they put the seeds in this really cute card, and it says thank you on the front. I love that. And then the seeds are in this small little packet, and I got the organic Italian heirloom tomato seeds. Very small packet, but the seeds are all in here. I would say it's about 20 seeds in here, maybe a little bit more. So that's about how much seeds you get when you order from Etsy, just about 20 in a packet. But I got the organic Italian heirloom tomato seeds because these tomatoes are supposed to be very really beautiful. They're supposed to have a high production rate. They're supposed to be like a really nice juicy slicer tomato that's thick and meaty, but it also has a nice flavor balance between acid and sweet flavors. So I thought that was great. And of course, I was really happy to know that it has a high disease resistance rate. So, you know, some tomatoes, like a tomato that I tried to grow last year, the flavors were really great, but it got just damaged by diseases and relatively quick. So I'm happy to plant tomatoes like the organic Italian heirloom tomato, where I know that I won't necessarily have to, I guess, be so on edge about diseases, and at least not so early in the season. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to another variety of tomato seeds that I got from Etsy, and this variety is called the Bella Rosa tomato plant, and I've got about 10 seeds in this little, I can't really move it because the way that they package it, this person just put the seeds in like some wrap, like some plastic wrap, so I really can't show you, but I got 10 seeds in here. And the reason why I wanted to grow Bella Rosa tomato seeds is because I read online that these seeds are supposed to be really delicious, have a great flavor, like a mix between acid and sweet, and also it's supposed to be very disease resistant, which is important to me, of course. So you can kind of tell that I'm growing for taste. Like, I want my tomatoes to taste good, but I also want them to be sustainable in my garden and have a long season. So that's like basically why I'm growing these varieties. But yeah, this is the Bella Rosa tomato plant, and I've never grown this before, so I'm really interested to see how it tastes and how it does. Alright, so these are some more seeds that I got off of Etsy, and first I want to show you, they like sent the seeds in this really nice card. I thought that was really cute, and of course when you open the card it says thank you. Very cute. But I got the Rose de Bern tomato seeds, and I'm really excited that I got these tomato seeds because, one, they're beautiful, They are, but also they're not too big, but I'd say it's a medium-sized tomato, and it's supposed to have good production rate, this plant. And also I'm really excited because it's supposed to be crack resistant. So sometimes when you grow bigger tomatoes, or even smaller tomatoes, honestly, they can get cracks in them. And that can be for a number of reasons, but either way, that's no fun when you have tomatoes and they have cracks in them. So this is supposed to be specifically crack resistant. It's also supposed to have a really great flavor, a mix between acid and sweet. So I'm excited to plant it. You know, if I can get some crack resistant fruits that are also great in flavor, I'll be really happy. But also the seed seller put some extra seeds in here, and I believe they're called the Maltz Wild Cherry or the Matt's Wild Cherry. So I'm guessing it's a cherry tomato variety. So yeah, I'm very happy that she gave that to me. I've never grown that tomato seed variety. I've never really heard of it, but either way, I will plant it just because she gave it to me, and I'm very grateful. Well, this is really cool. So this is cool. This is another company that I ordered off of Etsy, and these are these are from Tim's Tomatoes on Etsy. But before I even tell you what variety of seeds I got, look at how nice he did his seed packaging. I love this. This is so nice. They're really big, and then you could see on the back. You could see the seeds on the back. I love that. And he put pictures on the front. That is awesome. We love that, Tim from Tim's Tomatoes. And I would say there's like 20. Give or take 20 seeds in each. So this variety of seeds is actually, oh, this is a free seed pack. Okay, this is a free heirloom tomato mix that he gave. Thank you, Tim from Tim's Tomatoes. He doesn't even watch my videos, I'm sorry. But that was really nice. So I got a free pack of heirloom tomatoes. There's no specific detail on what kind of heirloom tomato these are, but it's a free pack. And then these are what I actually purchased from him. These are the Arkansas Traveler tomatoes. So I know for a fact that, of course, I heard about this variety from Jess from Roots and Refuge. But I know that she said they weren't like the best tasting, and not to say they were horrible tasting, but she said the flavor didn't really stick out to her, but the production rate of the plant was amazing, she said, and the disease resistance and the crack resistance was also really great. So I was like, you know what, I'll just grow them for that reason alone, because like I said, I really want to focus on growing certain tomatoes that just have qualities that I need for my garden in my area. So crack resistance and disease resistance and high production rate for the Arkansas Traveler tomato. Alright, so now we're moving along from Etsy, and we're going to go to some seeds that I got from MIGardener. And I can't remember the name of the man who runs the YouTube channel, but he has a YouTube channel called MIGardener, and I love watching his videos. He's really helpful with teaching people just how to garden and how to do things better. But he recently started his own seed company, and you can find his seeds at MIGardener.com. So I got quite a few seeds, as you can tell. I got quite a few seeds, and the first thing I got, this is just a code that he got. I can get some seeds for 10% off. Thank you. Okay. But the first variety of seeds that I will talk about are the Cherokee Purple Tomato seeds. So these seeds are very beautiful. I can't recall if I got these. I think I may have ordered another packet of these from somewhere else, but I know that they're supposed to be disease resistant, which is really good, and they have a good production rate, and they're just really big beefsteak tomatoes. So I wanted to grow a nice variety of beefsteak tomatoes, so that's why I got them. And then of course I got some sunflower seeds. I love growing sunflowers, even though every year there's always at least one sunflower that just like grows by itself, meaning that it must have got, like, the seed from another sunflower must have fell out and planted itself in the garden, because every year I'll have at least one sunflower plant that just pops up randomly in my garden. So sometimes I don't even have to plant my sunflowers. But I did go ahead and buy mammoth sunflowers because I just wanted to buy, I wanted to buy some more sunflower seeds. I can't help it. And then I also bought these sunflower seeds that I love. It's called the Velvet Queen sunflower seeds. I love this variety. It's beautiful. It's like this dark orange red, more so on the red side. It is stunning, okay? So beautiful. So beautiful and just very, very just stunning. I love it. And of course the pollinators love it, so that's also a good reason to plant it. Now, I've never planted this one before. This is called the Chocolate Beauty Pepper. This is a bell pepper or a sweet pepper as gardeners call it. It's basically called Chocolate Beauty because it has this color of like dark chocolate. So I've never grown it before, but it's just really beautiful. I don't think the flavor is any different than any other bell pepper that I've grown. I can't really say that bell peppers have like this distinct taste. Bell peppers are just really, really sweet and they have a beautiful smell. So I'm just excited to grow this because honestly, it's just a beautiful bell pepper plant. Okay, and this is some okra. This is Hill Country red okra. This is so beautiful. Look at it. And these are supposed to be really like, people munch on these apparently. When they grow these, they're easy to like bite right into. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna do that, honestly. I like to cook my okra, like cook them in a skillet or fry them. But these are supposed to be really nice and people eat them right off the plant, and they're supposed to have a high production rate and they're very beautiful. And people like to cook with these as well. They like to fry them in the skillet. They're supposed to be good for that as well. So I'm just excited to grow another variety of okra because I love okra. And these are calendulas. I just love growing calendula. Oh, this is called the Pacific Beauty Mix calendula. I love growing calendula because they're just beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. The birds love them. The pollinators love them. And you can do a lot with calendula as far as making herbal recipes. I've never done that before, but I know that people make salves, like salves for your skin. I may try and do that this summer if I just research about it. I may try and do that because I love calendulas. They're stunning to me. And this is the Boston pickling cucumber. This is one of my favorite cucumbers to plant. Now, I've planted these for the past 3 years, but I've never actually made pickles with them, which that's why, I mean, people grow them to make pickles with. I just like to grow them because they have a great production rate and they smell delicious and they taste wonderful. It's kind of a mix between sweet and acid. It's like it has an acidic sweet taste. It's not as sweet as the silver slicer, but it's still sweet, if that makes sense. But this year, I'm going to try and actually make pickles with them. I say that every year, but this year I really do mean it. Now, I will say, if you're going to choose between the silver slicer and the Boston pickling, I would probably go with the silver slicer because that plant is a little bit more disease resistant than the Boston pickling. Now, the Boston pickling, you know, it will last throughout the season, but it will start to die off before the silver slicer does. And then I got some Blue Lake pole beans. This is a just a variety of pole bean, obviously. It's called Blue Lake. This is supposed to have a really nice flavor. So I just decided to, you know, try it out because it has a really nice flavor. And also, if I'm being honest, Jess from Roots and Refuge grows this variety. So I'm like, if she grows this variety, I'll grow it too. Because I'm not really picky when it comes to my green beans. As long as I know if they're a pole or a bush bean, I don't really have that much of a, like, I'm not very picky with it. And this is Blue Lake again, but instead of it being a pole bean, like this one is a bush bean. Which it basically means you can grow bush beans without having a trellis on them. But when you grow pole beans, you need to have some kind of a trellis on them so that they can climb up the pole, so that the vines of the plant can climb up the pole. And this is called the Holy Basil. Okay, you guys are gonna be so sick of me talking about Jess from Roots and Refuge, but I'm sorry, like, I get a lot of ideas from her. when it comes to planting, and she specifically said her favorite basil variety is holy basil. And she specifically said she loves to get her holy basil, also known as Tulsi, from MIGardener, so I bought it. It's supposed to be just so beautiful and have a great smell. And Jess likes to make this tea, like basil tea with holy basil. I'm gonna do that this summer too. Okay, and that's it. Okay, that's it. I got a lot of seeds from MIGardener, but I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. Okay, so now I'm moving on to another company, and this company is called Mowing Organic Seeds. And I heard about this company a few years ago, but I don't think I've ever purchased from them before. But I purchased two seed varieties from them. The first one is the Silver Slicer Cucumber, okay? And the second one is the Astro Arugula. Excuse me. So I'm going to plant the Silver Slicer Cucumber because I actually planted this last summer and it did great. I heard about this cucumber variety from Jess from Roots and Refuge because she says this cucumber variety is very disease resistant. So during the season when you see certain cucumbers start to die back, this one won't. This one will continue to produce. And I can vouch for that because last year I planted it and this tomato plant did excellent. It is excellent. It survived through all the rainy days and the high humidity days and the high temperatures and everything. So very good. And the taste is great too. It's very sweet. It has a high water content and it's very, very sweet. And then I just got some arugula. I just got this arugula because it's supposed to be a spicy kind of arugula, and it's organic, and I was just like, I want to try it out. Simple as that. I just want to try it out. So okay, y'all, so now I'm going to show you some seeds that I got from Johnny Selected Seeds. I love getting seeds from Johnny Selected Seeds. I always have a wonderful time with planting them because they have a high germination rate, and specifically they will put the germination rate on the seed packet. So when you look at the seed packet, it'll say germ and then it'll say the percentage. And that is so helpful because it lets you know that what you are planting will probably germinate. And if it didn't germinate, you can look at the seed packet and see if the germination rate was already low, and that'll probably be, tell you why. But anyway, I got a few seeds from them, not too many. But the first one that I got from them is the Super Sweet 100. This is a hybrid cherry tomato variety, and I've never planted this before, but I've heard nothing but positive things about it. It's supposed to have a great flavor, really sweet, obviously, and it's supposed to have great production rate, and it's also supposed to be disease resistant. So I'm like really excited to plant this, and it's an indeterminate tomato variety. And then this is just some celery. This is organic celery. I got some celery from another company before. I don't know, maybe Baker Creek, but they did not germinate at all, except for one. And that one plant that did germinate didn't really grow that well. So I'm hoping that this one will be better, okay? And this is another cherry tomato variety. This is the Sun Gold cherry tomato. So this is very similar to the Super Sweet 100 cherry tomato in that they have great production rates, and they're supposed to be very delicious and sweet. But I think this one may be a little more acidic than sweet, and the Super Sweet 100 is like very, very sweet. I think this one is a more balance between sweet and acidic, but it's supposed to have, it's supposed to have great production rate and be disease resistant. And this is another indeterminate tomato variety. This is the Big Beef tomato variety. I wrote in my notes that this has high yield and disease resistant. So I'm assuming that's why I purchased them. I've never tried Big Beef before, at least not to my knowledge. But like I said earlier, I love growing beefsteak tomatoes. So the fact that I can have a nice variety of beefsteak tomatoes is great for me. And then this is this is just some red onions. This is called the Red Carpet Red Onions. I've never grown the Red Carpet Red Onion variety before, but I really just want to start growing more tomatoes. Not tomatoes. I want to start growing more onions because I love to cook with them and use them in recipes. So I'm going to try and plant as many onions as I can so that I can, you know, store them and use them throughout the year. Now, I'm not sure if I'm happy that I purchased this tomato variety because I'm just now realizing that it is a determinate tomato variety. So the difference between indeterminate and determinate is determinate tomatoes don't get as tall, and also determinate tomatoes, the actual plant itself will probably harvest one big harvest of tomatoes and then be done. Whereas indeterminate tomatoes will give you a harvest throughout the season. So I don't know if I was paying attention or not when I bought these, but it's called the Grand Marshal Determinate Tomato. I may give this away to someone. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm a determinate tomato type of girl. You know, I don't know. I'll think about that. And then this is just a hybrid yellow onion variety called the Patterson. Like I said, I just want to grow more onions so that I can store them and use them throughout the year. Onions are like a big part of my cooking. Probably, I use onions probably the most out of any vegetable. And okay, and that's it. Okay, so like I said, I didn't get that much from Johnny Selected Seeds, just, you know, a good amount. But I actually still have another order of seeds that's supposed to come in. Actually, I have seeds from, I think I have seeds from like 2 or 3 more Etsy companies. And then I have some seeds from an actual, it's still a small company, but they're not on Etsy. So I'm waiting for a few more seeds to get here is what I'm basically trying to say. So I will do another video on another seed haul video for you soon. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope I didn't ramble along too much because I can talk about seeds all day long. But in the meantime, if you did like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also share this video if you feel inclined to do so. I would greatly appreciate it. And don't forget, no matter what you're going through, just keep sowing. I'll talk to you later. Bye!